Hello and welcome to Wedding Worry Wednesday, and today we are going to be talking about going to a bridal expo, why you should go, what to expect if you do. So a bridal expo is a convention of tables and booths and people trying to sell you things. If that's not for you, if you find salespeople and sales pitches to be just too much for you, you might want to skip it. But it's a great place to begin for a bride-to-be when you're trying to decide, well, I'm not really sure what kind of budget I should expect. I'm not really sure what kind of things to offer. I don't know what our city or our town has or what's around. An expo is just that. It's exposition for all of these different brands and companies. You not only are going to have, like, there was one, we used the word, my mother and I used the word intimate incorrectly. Small gathering of people versus what the booth actually was. But then there's, of course, photo booths. There's everything that at these places, there's a person who is offering caricatures. There's obviously going to be, venue vendors and caterers and samples of catering food everywhere. And the florists, photographers, videographers, DJs, all of that kind of stuff, officiants. But there's also people, like I said, characters for entertainment, photo booth people, skincare, makeup artists. There's obviously going to be designers for bridal gowns. And what I have found is that whoever is putting on the main bridal show is usually the person whose dresses and tuxedos and groomsmen needs are the people who are the main bit. The bridal expo that I went to, you got a corsage for the brides to be, so that all the vendors knew who to pander to. There was fitness instructors, dance instructors. The dance instructors who were there danced 2 dances to demonstrate. If you wanted to glide like a fairy, we can help you do that if you come to our studios. And so, like I said, you're going to end up with, you get a bag because you're going to need a bag. Some of the booths offered like little gym zip bags in addition. But you're going to end up with every kind of business card. So you're going to get like brochures. You're going to get the little glossy prints. You're going to end up with business cards galore. Business cards galore, because what I found was not only did every vendor hand me their card or offer to take their card, but they had them also already stuffed into the bag that you started with. You get a little pamphlet, sort of a program of who's there, where you can find them, and on which floors they are and where bathrooms are, depending on where your venue is. There's samples of everything. Every booth had candy, by the way. I even won a little baggie with this little movable alien and a bunch of candy, and every single booth had bowls of candy to give to the brides as you went around. And this is, like I said, this is a nice place to get an idea of pricing, because first of all, let me just say that everything is possibly way more expensive than I ever anticipated. The one DJ, they have $495 for 3 hours of playing time for the basic thing, but it goes by guests. If you have 125 guests, you're allowed to get this package, but if you have more than that, you have to get the next package up. And if you're wondering why, it's because that depends on how much lighting they need to get, how many speakers they need to bring, and all of that kind of stuff. The caricature guy, I had 2 of his. It's $450 for 2 hours. And it's not just because, well, isn't he just sitting there drawing, or isn't the DJ just sitting there pushing buttons? Well, no, it's because they have to travel to your event. For one thing, they're traveling to your event, they're working, you're paying them to work. They have to do the setup and have all of their materials, which their materials cost money. They have to find a way to reimburse themselves for those things. Those are investments to them. And you're paying for the gas to and from your event, taking down all of their stuff. And you have to keep in mind that this is their livelihood. You're paying for their rent and their grocery bills and things like that. Their way of making money is to get it from you, the brides to be. But because they understand that you're trying to do all that stuff, there was an officiant, and the officiant offers elopements, LGBTQ. Not everyone's willing to do that, especially more religious things. And she offers cosplay stuff. Well, that's awesome, except I'm not sure I need all of that. And every single photographer and videographer insisted that they weren't just taking pictures and videos, they were telling your story. You're gonna get told that a lot, that how special you are, how important you are, and how you're not just anybody. You deserve a special retelling of your wedding day. Because again, they want your business, so they're going to tell you those things. There's also body work, hair, like there's this Pure Romance, just because it was on top, it made me remember that there were lotions and body washes and shaving cream and all kinds of vendors around for you. And they almost always offer discounts. Like if you sign up with us today, if you register with us within the next 6 months, then you get a $500 discount, or you get this package half price, or not half price, but it was at like a 20% discount at the one. And or we'll throw these things in for free. You get this entire bit of this package in addition for no extra charge if you sign up with us. So if you're getting married within a year, going to a bridal expo could potentially save you a lot of money, because you're not going to get those discounts if you would have just found them. It was because you were specifically at this exposition. So I highly recommend going. Again, if the sales pitch thing is too much for you, then it might not be for you. But there's going to be things you didn't think of. Like I didn't think of Liberty Mutual being there, because they're like, you're combining your life, your finances, and your resources. You're going to need to work all of that out. And these are all professionals. They know what they're doing. They've done it before, and they're willing to show you pictures, videos, and they all have displays that you can look through to see their work, to see if it suits you. And they tell you where they're willing to travel to, where they're from, and sometimes that affects the cost and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you just connect with a vendor and you're like, wow, I want this. And so I would recommend going. They usually don't cost too much. It was $10 for my mother and I each to go to this particular one and get to meet all the vendors. And again, you get so much stuff. It's all advertisements, but it's advertisements for stuff that you're looking for. You're not going to find any random vendor. Nobody's going to try and sell you a car there. It's all wedding related, bridal related stuff. And there was a fashion show to get to, so that you got to see different dresses in real life they had volunteer models, and they were very ecstatic to say that they were real people. And so that's really nice to get to see the fashion show, to get to see a demonstration of dancing, to get to see a DJ and all the lighting offerings that they have. And you get to sample food from particular vendors and caterers, because you need food at your wedding, I think. And there was a brewing company there. Honeymoon suites offered. All of your bridal needs are in one place, so that you don't have to scan the internet. You actually get to see the work in real life, see the people in real life, and that is a wonderful way to start. And if you only want to go to one or two just to see what some options are, that's really cool and that's really great. But it also gives you, like I said, $400+ for caricatures. You get a realistic, okay, these are what actual prices are versus what I think prices should be. That way you can budget accordingly, or decide, okay, I guess I don't want that anymore, because that's too much for my budget. And that helps you. And again, you get discounts and things. So I would highly recommend going. What you get to expect is to be treated really nicely. You get, like I said, you get gifted with all kinds of little things. and there's candy everywhere. You get to go to a bridal show, and to be honest, it does feel like an exclusive VIP kind of event. So if you don't normally get to go to those sort of experiences, it's nice and it's tailored to your wedding and to your bridal needs. And that way you know, oh, if I want to see more of these things, here's how I do it. Okay? Well, that is it for today's wedding worry video, and this will help you worry less or financially worry more. You know, it depends on the kind of person you are, but I highly recommend going, and I will see you all later.